Hello, and welcome to Embracing the Fight. I am Erica Lamar, your digital creator and host. And if you've been with me since January of 2023, you will know that Embracing the Fight is about normalizing the conversation surrounding physical and mental health issues and concerns. Now, why is this important? Because mental and physical illness wreaks havoc, in our land. And people don't have an outlet to talk about it, or they feel like they don't have enough support to deal with it. And you see the result of that when you start seeing the numbers for suicide go up. You start seeing people harm, the innocent for no reason at all. And you also just start seeing people become more depressed, and then you see drug use go up. It's a whole domino effect when you can't speak about the things that are truly trapped inside of you that you need to get out and you need to get healed. So that's exactly why I created Embracing the Fight. I myself dealing with thyroid cancer, and I know how important it is to talk about these things because any stress that you're holding in inside of your body comes out in one way or another. And I believe that my cancer started with a form of stress. Now, initially, I didn't talk about the things that stress me, but the older I get, the more mature I get in life, then the more I talk about things because when I speak, it can help others heal. Just like when you speak, when you tell your story, you can get others to heal as well. So if you're interested in being a guest on Embracing the Fight, I would absolutely love to have you. So please go down to the show notes, click on the Calendly link, and set up a time so we can have a discussion. And if you'd like, you can also inbox me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Well, on YouTube, you just put a little comment in the comment section and I'll reach out to you. Or you can send me an email to operations@diversitydesigned.com. And if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment to click subscribe, click like, click share on anything that you ever watch on Embracing the Fight because you are what helps to spread the message. I'm just trying to get more people to bring their messages to spread. All right, with getting all the business out of the way, today we're going to talk about episode 106, nutrition and physical activity. So, when it comes to nutrition and physical activity, people tend to look at those things as separate entities and not as a team that works together. So let me give you an idea of what I mean. Let's just use me for example. I could choose at the very beginning of the year to fast and to reset my body and not exercise. And I will only see the benefits, of the fast for so long because if I start back eating the way I was eating prior to fasting or denying myself of certain things, then it's not going to make much of a difference. Whatever happens is going to be, temporary. And let's just say at the beginning of the year, I decided, okay, I'm going to get back in the gym. I'm going to, pound it out. So say the first 30, 40 days, I'm in the gym, really, really working hard and doing all the right things, but I'm eating hamburgers and I'm eating ice cream and drinking soda. And I'm not really looking at, what I'm eating because, hey, I'm exercising, right? And then also, as you all know, I am an affiliate with LoveBiome, and I started to take LoveBiome, and I lost 20 pounds just like that. Start feeling better. All these wonderful things, started happening for me, but I did not combine it with exercise and with healthy eating. Why is it important to do nutrition and physical activity at the same time? So your body is very complex. You have to feed it the right things in order to have the right, level of energy to do the activities that you want to do during the day. And for instance, with Love Biome, you could eat, the right things. You could take Love Biome and help reset your gut. But imagine if I had started running and exercising all at the same time. My results would be quite different than they are right now. I'm still, maintaining with that 20-pound weight loss, but I'm not building any muscle. I'm not losing any more weight or anything because I haven't changed, my habits. I haven't looked at what I should be eating, whether or not I should exercise 2 days a week, 3 days a week, 30 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, an hour a day, 4 days. I hadn't thought about, any of that because I realized that along with nutrition and physical activity, success comes through consistency. And that's something that I know that I struggle with is consistency. Like when it comes to um, exercising and getting in shape again. Now, that was a very interesting revelation that I had because I recall being the one and my college teammates and high school, everybody who I played tennis with or ran track or played volleyball or softball, whatever. Anybody who knew me knew that I was very competitive and I loved to exercise. I loved to run. I loved to jump rope. I mean, whatever it was, if I could win it, I was trying my very best, to win it because I had that, in me. But then as I got older, stuff started hurting, here and there. That competitive nature, it came down a little bit. Now I'm still competitive, but what I'm saying is I'm competitive to a point. But now I have to figure out some kind of way to get into my own head and tell myself that I have to compete against myself in order to get to the shape that I want to be in. So the other problem that this presents is when I look at myself in the mirror, I look and I'm like, it's not so bad. It could be better, but it's not so bad. Now, if it were to a point where I was, tipping the scales at 200 pounds more than what I weighed in high school, then yeah, I probably would be extremely competitive and trying to do all these different things. But I found that if I take small goals and stick to those goals each day, it helps me to be consistent. Follow me. I'm not talking like exactly about things that are just, related to exercise and nutrition. Consistency needs to come in every part of your life. Like, for instance, if you get up every morning and as soon as you open your eyes, you either roll on your face or get on your knees and you pray. This will become a habit that you do every day without fail. And then after you pray, say you want to grab your word and you want to read it. All right, you do that. So then you do those two things consistently. You're training yourself to spend time with God first thing in the morning. Now, what you don't want it to do is become routine. You want your prayers to come from your heart, and you want the word that you're reading to soak into your mind and into your heart so you're ready to go out and battle what's going on during the day. Because I don't know if everyone's heard like the old saying, you stay prayed up, you be ready, or you gotta stay prayed up. Just imagine if every day the first thing you did when you opened your eyes was to thank the Lord for one, life, health, and strength. For two, whatever it is that he has, for you, once you put your feet on the floor, you're thankful for those blessings, all that favor, the covering, the safety, everything. And you just keep going and you start building this wonderful relationship with God. At the same time, you're building consistency in your life that you lack. So now you got your prayers and you got your word. Say the very next thing you do, once you get out of bed, you make your bed up. I mean, you hadn't even got up to go to the bathroom yet. You hadn't brushed your teeth, nothing. Get yourself in a routine to put your life your room, the space around you in order. Because once you put things in order, your mind is clearer. The stress leaves. I mean, who wants to wake up? You got a big pile of clothes on your bed. You got a big pile of shoes in the corner. You got a bunch of crap on your sink from where you took your makeup off, where you cut your hair, or you combed your hair, brushed your hair, took a shower, and you put on all this sweet perfume stuff, and it's all on the counter. Who wants to see that when they first wake up? That's like overstimulation. So at this point now, you are praying first. You're reading your word. Then you're putting your house in order, making up that bed. Then you can go to the bathroom. Now, if you're one of those folks that's really gotta, you know, release, gotta go pee first thing in the morning, go do that. Don't wet your bed now. Don't play around like that. You know your limits. Now, if you don't have to go as bad, then start putting yourself in a routine. So now imagine if you're one of those people that can hold it and you finally do go, you brush your teeth, then you wash your face, and you shower, and then the clothes or whatever it is you're gonna put on, it's already in the bathroom because you laid it out the night before. That way there's no guesswork. There's no, oh my goodness, I'm running late. You might be running late, but now all your stuff is right there. You just have to put it on. You have to search for a belt. You don't have to search for socks, shoes, none of that stuff. Then you go downstairs. Or you just walk across to, wherever your kitchen is. And when you get in your kitchen, you've already meal prepped. So whatever that you've chosen for breakfast, make sure that it is a nutritional, snack or nutritional meal. Make sure that you have plenty of water, plenty of fruits, vegetables. Make sure that you are taking your LOVEBIOME if you're doing LOVEBIOME, or supplement, whatever it is that you're taking to enhance the foods that you're eating, because we all know that the soil in the United States is not mineral rich soil. So we have to take supplements. We have to take something that helps to reset, our gut. So we're not just eating a bunch of empty foods and not getting any benefit or seeing any benefit from it. Now, if you have like an Apple Watch or Fitbit or, some type of counter, on your arm, you can look at it and see by about, say if you get up at 6, by about 7, if you haven't gone to the gym or anything like that, you should have like over 1,000 steps. And that's just from getting up, praying, going to the bathroom, taking a shower, brush your teeth, going to eat your breakfast, going to put, load your carb, do whatever it is you do. You're supposed to have at least that many steps. Just moving around, right? So if at the end of the day, all you have is 2,000 steps, that means you're not getting in enough physical activity. Sure, you hear people say you need about, 10,000 steps for it to count, but that's not necessarily so, because 10,000 steps for me may do a whole lot more than someone who weighs, say, 100 pounds less than I do, and they get in 10,000 steps every day, and their body is, used to that. They might need 20,000. I'm just saying you need a baseline. You need to see, where you are. How many steps do you take in a day? What exactly are you eating? So when you notice that your nutrition is going up and your steps are going up, guess what? Your weight is coming down. Now, if you're not one of these people that's looking to lose weight, but you want to be healthier, that's the same, principle that you would follow. Nutrition up, movement up. That helps to improve the performance of your cardiovascular system, which in turn helps with all your other, internal organs and their function. Imagine having a heart that pumps blood, I mean, just perfectly. And imagine that you're at around, 63, 64 beats per minute. Imagine that your blood pressure is consistently 120 over 60. What do you think that's doing for your brain, for your memory, cognitive function? All of these things are great. All of these things are good for you. Physical activity is good for you. Now, I have to admit, sometimes I do take that part, to the extreme. And taking it to the extreme doesn't do any good. Consistency is the key. So when I say take it to the extreme, like for instance, what I'll do is I'll weigh myself before I know that I'm going to play in a tennis tournament on a weekend. Because I know every time I play a tennis tournament, I'm going to lose some weight, right? Might be 5 pounds, might be 10 pounds, but it's always interesting to me to see that happen. So what I would do is weigh myself before I go to the tournament, and I really pay attention to what I'm eating, and I run and I play hard and all that, and I get home and it's like, ooh, look at that, 10 pounds. And then what do? Go back to the same little funky ways that I had before, and I'm not eating right. I'm not doing anything, consistently. So I know I'm talking to myself. I know I'm the only one that does that. But if you just happen to be in the same little group with me, we got to stop this because this is insanity. In order for me to get to where I want to be, then consistency in my nutrition and my physical activity, they have to come together. Those worlds have to collide. And all I'm really saying to you is that if you increase your physical activity, I mean, for instance, you don't have to have the very first parking space that you get to when you go into the grocery store. You can park all the way down at the end. That's a few more steps. Or imagine this. At lunchtime, instead of actually going to have lunch that's filled with like greasy foods and very rich food, you can get you a carrot and a cucumber and go for a walk and eat that carrot and cucumber while you walk. Now, I know a carrot and a cucumber don't taste like steak. They don't taste like hamburgers. They're not the most delicious things, in the world to us. But I guarantee you they don't taste like diabetes. They don't taste like heart attack and stroke. They taste like good health, weight loss. They taste like great biometric screening numbers. So sometimes we have to make a choice and say, you know what? I can try this or do this until I get the results I want to get. But you then have to say to yourself, once I get these results, I have to maintain them. I have to have a plan to maintain them. Sure, you don't have to like totally X something out of your diet, but you can do it like in moderation. For instance, I love ice cream. If I were to stop eating ice cream, say for, let's say, for summer, and if every day that summer I got up and I walked an extra 2, maybe 3 miles, or jogged, or lift weights, or did something consistently every day for those 3 months, I probably would be at the goal weight that I want. And then to celebrate, I can have one bowl of ice cream, not the whole half gallon, not the gallon, none of that. I just have one little teeny tiny bowl to satisfy that craving. And see what we tend to do, at least I'll just say me. When I've lost weight and I think I've done a great job, I reward myself. And that reward could be a candy bar, which later turns into 2 pounds. It's like, how did this little candy bar do that? How does that even work? This is so unfair. This thing is this little and it's delicious. And now I got 2 pounds extra on the scale. So, gotta do better. Absolutely gotta do better. Imagine that you've eaten the calories that you should for the day, and then you add another 150, 200 calories from one little old candy bar. That while you're sleeping, your body can't burn as much as you've eaten, and it just stores that candy bar and the excess that you ate as fat, and you wake up 2 pounds heavier. And you sit here thinking, all I had to do was reduce my portions and not have anything sweet or heavy before I lay down. Because Sure, while you're lying down, your body is still working, it's still fighting, it's still burning energy, but it's not burning as much as if you were up, around, and moving. So, nutrition, physical activity go hand in hand. But the thing that helps them to be successful is the consistency. Are you ready and willing to be consistent? Now, I tell y'all, I struggle with that. I really do. And it's so odd to me because anything I put my mind to, I do it and I do it well. But I just haven't put my mind to this and I don't know why. I mean, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm all right, with how things are, but at the same time, I know that the person inside of me knows that I can be better and I will be better. And I am so glad that I had this platform so you all can see me transform. And hopefully, you will take the challenge and you will transform with me. I mean, this is episode 106, physical activity and nutrition. Are you willing to accept the challenge? Are you willing to join me in the journey to better physical activity and better nutrition? If so, I would love to hear about it. I would love to hear your story. Please reach out to me. I look forward to talking with you. And as always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to watch this episode of Embracing the Fight. I want you all to have an absolutely amazing day.